Hello, I am back, and it's a very, very good time to be back and to be making more videos again. I wasn't actually planning on making a video about this because about a month ago, when it was not really confirmed that the UK would host officially, but I think it was kind of confirmed. I think everyone knew that it would happen. But now it has actually been officially confirmed that the UK will host 2023. So I made that video about a month ago talking about this, so I think I probably will just be repeating myself quite a lot, but I thought actually I think I will talk about it again. Now it's actually been officially confirmed. We've had that announcement, and yeah, it's a very exciting time. Like we said before, like we've been saying for about a month now, it's just a really exciting and kind of bizarre and surreal time for UK fans, to actually know that it is actually being hosted here, which is something that we didn't really think would happen for a very long time, or maybe even ever again. If you thought back about 5 years ago, oh, the UK will host Eurovision in 2023. You just wouldn't believe it. And we're not even hosting because we won, we're hosting on behalf of another country. But just the fact that it will be here is just something that a lot of UK fans didn't think would happen at any point soon in their lifetime. It's the type of thing that UK fans have kind of dreamt about and fantasized about and thought about. Oh, imagine if it was here, where would it be? We could go. And now it's actually happening. Now, the day that the city gets announced, that is when I think it will feel real. That is going to be a very weird feeling when you actually see Manchester 2023, Glasgow 2023, whichever one. We can talk about that later, but yeah, that when that actually gets confirmed, that's going to feel very strange because it already does feel strange. And I'm sure the demand for a ticket is going to be huge. I can already feel how manic and stressful that would be. Not looking forward to that. Um, but you just have to go. Like you have to be there in some way, even if you're not in the arena. You just have to go. I was watching the video from RAJC or Reese Chambers talking about the same thing as I am now. And I remember he was saying that it's that opportunity that you just have to take, as a UK Eurovision fan. You just have to be there. You'd be a fool not to go. And he's right. You would be a fool not to try and go and not to be there in some way. And I've had 3 years in a row now of bad luck of planning to go but not being able to go. So this year is the year that I have to go. Like I just have to. There's no other way. Nobody can stop me. If I can, the fact that I can just travel a few hours up the road to get there, I'm gonna do it. I have to take that chance. Let's talk about what we know, because there are two things from that announcement on Monday that were revealed or confirmed. One of them is the fact that the show will have lots of Ukrainian elements and a celebration of Ukrainian culture, which is kind of what we expected. Um, and that's good. I'm sure there will be Ukrainian interval acts. I do wonder as well if the hosting will be British presenters and Ukrainian presenters together. Not sure who, but that could definitely happen. So yeah, it is a celebration of Ukraine in the UK. And another thing that they said on the social media announcement is that the logo will represent both countries or both flags, the Union Jack and the Ukrainian flag. And again, that is something you would expect as well, something you'd hope for as well, because I was hoping that they would have the British flag and the Ukrainian flag in the heart as the logo together. I think that makes perfect sense because it represents the two countries coming together. Some people would say, oh no, it should be all Ukrainian. I don't think so. I think, yeah, it should be heavily Ukrainian focused, but I think you should show appreciation to the country that's actually stepped in to host on their behalf. You can't just ignore them and leave them out completely. So yeah, I do like the whole half and half idea. And like I said in my other video, it's going to be a really special and a really nice moment, I think, to have these two countries work together. So I'm sure it will be done very well. So those are the things that we talked about before, really, but we kind of know now it will happen in some way. Don't know what week it will be in May. The city, well, the bidding has officially begun. I think Manchester and Glasgow, surely they are still the big favourites. I think it will be one of them. And you know who it won't be, because there's a lot of cities that have put themselves forward, and some of them you just know, like Wolverhampton, Bristol, Brighton, Sheffield, Nottingham, like you know that's not going to happen. So I think it will be Manchester or Glasgow. London, I wouldn't mind, but people don't want it. I don't think people want it to be London. And there's not really much of a buzz around it being London. So I'm not really expecting it to be London. Birmingham are hosting the Commonwealth Games right now, and they were the last city to host when the UK won in 1998. But I don't think it'll be Birmingham again. Liverpool does sound like a fairly good option, but I don't think it's big enough, really. I don't think it can accommodate enough. And it's interesting to hear people talk very positively about Cardiff. I've heard a lot of people say Cardiff could be in with a good shot, and that's good to hear because Cardiff is my nearest city, my local city. I live about half an hour away from Cardiff. I am from South Wales. I've mentioned I'm Welsh before, you know, we are proud of it. And I mean, the stadium is huge in Cardiff. The stadium fits about 70,000 people, I think. So that's no problem. You know, if you want to have it in there, you can do it. But as much as I think it's great that Cardiff have put themselves forward, they are part of the bidding process, I really don't think Cardiff can host. You know, the city is lovely. It's really, you know, well worth a visit to go to Cardiff. It's a really nice place. But I just don't think it's enough. Like, it's just, you know, it can't fit all these people for such a huge event like that. It's just not, the city can't accommodate such a huge event like that. It just, it can't, you know, as much as the stadium is great and very big, the actual city is just too small, I think, and just, yeah, it can't do it. So it won't be Cardiff, but great to see them giving it a go, and great to see people be so positive about it. Maybe one day Eurovision will be in Wales. I'd love that. Don't think it'll happen, but that would be great. I mean, it's been in England and Scotland, so why not? So I think it will be either Manchester or Glasgow. I think we've all got different preferences and hopes of which one we prefer. Um, I do think for convenience, I think Manchester would be better. um, because if it's Glasgow, it means lots of people will have to travel from the south all the way up to Scotland. So, I think Manchester makes more sense in that way because it is a little bit more kind of centralised in the UK. And it means you could just get a train up there. You wouldn't need to fly to Scotland. You could just go to Manchester by train or bus or car. So, I mean, that could be quite, but, more of like a personal selfish reason, just for convenience purposes. I'd rather it be in Manchester, but it looks like Glasgow does have a lot going for it. So maybe it could be quite a hard decision between the two. Maybe it could take quite a while. It could be quite close between them. It could take a while to decide. But if I had to pick, I'd say Manchester only because it's easier to get to and it does kind of make sense with the whole BBC headquarters. But you never know, it could be Glasgow. It could. We'll have to wait and see. In terms of the arenas in both cities, they both fit the bill perfectly. They're both big enough, more than big enough, definitely. I think both Manchester Arena and Glasgow Arena are two of the biggest in Europe, I think. I think Manchester is one of the biggest in Europe. I'm sure I've read that somewhere. Yes, the arena is no problem for either of them, but it's just all the other things you need to consider as well. So we'll wait and see. But I think I've gone through everything again. I've pretty much just repeated exactly the same thing that we talked about in my last video. But it's just kind of like celebration or a reaction to the big announcement. So nothing new really, just giving my reaction and thoughts and feelings. So why don't you tell me your thoughts and feelings in the comments below? How excited are you if you're a UK fan? If you're not a UK fan, would you like to travel to the UK to attend Eurovision next year, do you think? Or will you watch from home? And where do you think it will be? What city do you think it will be? Do you think it will be Manchester or Glasgow or something completely different? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Not long now until we actually get to the Eurovision season, because technically September the 1st is known as like the start of the year for Eurovision. So there might be a few things to react to, maybe some new music from Eurovision artists as well coming up I can react to. So yeah, we shall wait and see, but you will see me very soon. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.